operators. We're thrilled to bring AI assistants to help you design, optimize, and operate Google Cloud. Let's welcome Jeff Welsh to the stage to give us a peek at it.
Thanks, Mark. Well, hello everybody. Thanks for coming today and spending this time with us. I'm very excited to talk about Gemini Cloud Assist today because to me it feels like we're at the precipice of maybe a new era of computing. An era where we don't even yet know what the possibilities lie and wait for us and can change our computing capabilities. So in order to help communicate this, I'd like to do some demonstrations. And so these are going to be live demos. In the interest of time, so you don't see my typos, I'm going to copy and paste some commands over. But what I want to do is demonstrate how we can create some resources, maybe some simple resources, more complex resources, and then also highlight how we can operate and optimize your environment. And hopefully after this, you'll understand how we can really help you use and learn about Google Cloud, both for the new power users alike. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. Now, let's say I want to create a virtual machine to run a web server, a simple virtual machine instance. I might start with a prompt such as, let's see, how do I create an inexpensive VM for running a web server? Now, when I've submitted this prompt to Gemini, it's trying to understand what it is I intended to do. Now, I've intentionally left this prompt a little bit vague, so it is going to actually ask me for clarification. So it has identified of our virtual machine families, there are two that it would recommend for running an inexpensive web server. The E2, and wow, that just announced N4 instance, which of course I'm going to select because I think Titanium is bringing some great benefits to my use case. So now that I've provided N4 as my follow-up, Gemini has the data that it needs in order to fulfill my request to help me understand how to create that instance. And so what Gemini has done is created a G-Cloud command that I could copy and execute in any terminal, or use our native Cloud Shell integration to execute directly in my Pantheon instance. And so by pasting this command line in, I can edit this, modify it, or just go ahead and hit go and have that instance be created. So while it's great that I can create an individual instance, it's rare that an application really runs on a single instance. Generally, you're going to run an application across multiple instances. And so I might want to create a load-balanced and auto-scaling infrastructure to support this application. I can do that with G-Cloud, but I'm also a proponent of infrastructure as code and a fan of Terraform. And so I'm going to ask Gemini for help to create a load balancer that will auto-scale across VMs using a managed instance group and have some firewall rules installed. So this process requires creating multiple resources. Through G-Cloud, this is about an 11 command example. But with Terraform, I'm able to create this environment with a simple piece of code that I can copy out. Now, this has created an instance template that defines the configuration of virtual machines when they're configured. It's created an instance group that allows me to manage these at scale, and all of the associated load balancer and networking artifacts required, such as external IP addresses, etc. So now I can execute this Terraform code in my development pipeline and have that environment created. So it's great that Gemini can create resources, but it can also help you manage your environments. Let me just refresh my page here. Go to my instance. Sorry. Hello. Full screen's getting me here. Instance scripts is what I'm looking for. So let's say I've deployed an environment, an application running in that load balancer example with auto scaling. I have an environment here where maybe I'm trying to prepare for an upcoming event where I expect that I'm going to have an increase in traffic. Maybe my application is going viral, or I'm releasing a new product such as the N4 and I'm expecting an increase in traffic. So first I can look at my instance group and I can validate my configuration that I'm requesting my instance to auto-scale at 60% CPU utilization. I might want to tune that, but before I do that, I really want to understand what is the actual performance of my instances. Gemini can help there as well, and more than just create resources, it can interact with my environment and in real time query my deployments and understand what it is that the performance actually is. So in this example, again, there's two managed instance groups, and it has asked me to specify which one I would like, and I'm going to choose Wiki Frontend, which is the one we just highlighted. Now, in the back end, Gemini is actually querying my telemetry data, my APIs, to understand and display for me the average CPU utilization of the instances in that instance group over, in this case, the last 2 weeks. And so from this, I can see my average CPU utilization is, say, around 30%. So I have some headroom here. I might want to optimize this deployment and say, allow my instances to support up to 70% of traffic, and then also maintain my costs by restricting the total VMs to 12. I can ask Gemini for support in this regard as well, to say, help me set the target CPU utilization at 70% and the max VMs at 12. So again, Gemini now with this very specific command can tell me exactly how to perform that. Now, it is great at a G-Cloud instance or a command to do so. I can copy this to the command shell and execute this just as I could create an instance. Now in this example, Gemini is executing against my running environment. It's not telling me how to create anything new. It's actually modifying my environment. You can see the command succeeded. And if I refresh the page here, and I scroll over, you'll be able to see that the target utilization is now at 70%. So Mark, with 4 commands, we've been able to create an instance, create a more complex compound resource such as an auto-scaling load balancer, and investigate and tune our environment.
Wow, that's fantastic. Awesome, Jeff.
Thank you.
So, you showed us the entire life cycle with Gemini Cloud Assist. Must feel pretty good to be done with the demo now?
Oh, it's a little bit off my shoulders.
Yeah. So, should we head down to the blackjack tables after this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, wait, actually, I forgot. You're not quite done optimizing yet from what I saw in the demo there.
Yeah, you're right. But the good thing is today we announced Google Cloud Assist, Gemini Cloud Assist for mobile as well. So let's wrap this up.
Oh, what a surprise!
Wow. Thank you all.
Thanks, Jeff. That was great. All right. So thank you, Jeff.